Watch me do a fakey ollie off the mini into a nose blunt back in regular. For anyone who doesn't skateboard, that must sound like complete gibberish. Skateboarding has opened up many possibilities for many different people. Skateboarding is a worldwide sport. First originated from surfing and has evolved into different types of skateboarding and has spread across the world, creating a skate culture. I skateboard myself, and I am very interested in the history and culture of skateboarding. I have done research on skateboarding and the many abilities it has to offer. First, I will discuss how skateboarding originated. Second, I will discuss the different types of skateboarding. Third, I will discuss the influence of skate culture. This is how it all started. The first people to capture the energy of a breaking wave and use it for pleasure were the likely Polynesians living in the Tahiti and Bora Bora and the vast emptiness of sea and islands in the western Pacific Ocean. The Polynesians found the Hawaiian Islands a bountiful land, and their culture flourished. The new Hawaiians discovered an abundance of spilling surf needed to ride their boards off many points and beaches, and as their surfing skills improved, their boards grew longer and more sophisticated. How it all relates back to surfing. Early riders ventured out into schoolyards of California, which featured smoothly banked slopes around the edges. These wave-like obstacles were obviously perfect to try to recreate some of the popular surfing moves at the time. Snow skiers, snowboarders, skateboarders, and competitive swimmers learned to surf faster because of similarity in physical movements. From surfing came skateboarding, then came the versatility of skating. Skateboards have different types of boards and different styles of skating. Skateboards have evolved to fit the styles of skating. The size and shape of decks have also changed continuously, not only through trial and error, but through the needs of different types of skaters. Empty pools weren't probably skated until the mid-1970s, when new equipment allowed the bravest skaters to carve up the blue tiles. With wider chucks, the coping of the pool could be ground at the peak of the turn by a few talented riders. The introduction of the kicktail in the late 1960s made some of the early tricks much easier, as well as bringing a whole new slew of new moves. With urethane wheels replacing clay wheels, skateboards became faster and more maneuverable, emulating surfing tricks on skateboards. The different styles of skating. Street skating, in its pure sense, is practiced in found space, where the skater explores the pre-existing urban landscape. Tony Alva became the first to go vertical over the lip of the pool, in a move that still finds its support today. Vert skaters, on the other hand, skate on transition ramps in purpose-built skateparks or constructed space. These skateparks mimic the ocean wave and hark back to the skateboarding's roots as an activity practiced by surfers when the ocean was flat. There's something skating has achieved throughout the long years of its upcoming. The skate culture was born. People all around the world skateboard. There's no doubt that America is the home of skateboarding, spiritually, culturally, physically, whichever way you look at it. The scene in Brazil has always been huge, and since the 1970s, the country has had its own skate industry. Australia has had one of the best developed skate scenes outside of the United States. Skateboarding has grown more fashionable in Japan over the recent years. Skateboarding influenced music, art, and fashion. By the late 1980s, skateboarding was associated with bands such as Suicidal Tendencies, Anthrax, NXS, and Faith No More. Although some had more integrity than others, for better or for worse, skateboarders have often been at the forefront of street fashion. The creative abilities of skaters have often been turned towards art, especially since the first board graphics started to appear in the 1970s. Today, I discussed the origination of skateboarding. Second, I discussed the different types and styles of skateboarding. Third, I discussed the spread and influence of skate culture. Surfing was the foundation of skateboarding. From the creation, it has evolved, allowing the community to spread across the world. Because of how versatile skateboarding is, everyone is welcome to express themselves through the sport. In doing so, you'll be part of a humongous community that is spreading all around the world. Works cited: Davis, James, and Phillips, Skateboarding is Not a Crime, 50 Years of Street Culture, Firefly books. 2004. Dixon, Peter L., The Complete Guide to Surfing, Lyons, 2009. Hayes, Andrea, Dogtown and Z-Boys, Teaching the Documentary. Screen edition number 40, September 2005. Pages 84 to 87. EBSCOhost. Johnston, Dan, Skateparks, Trace and Culture, Global Media Journal, Australian edition, Volume 10, Number 1, May 2016, pages 63 to 83, EBSCOhost.